What's going on, guys, and welcome back to my channel for another edition of my Football Manager 2021 Tactic Tester. Today we have episode number 20. We've had some very good tactics on the tester so far, and we're back with another one, and it's another asymmetric masterpiece. Let's get into the game. I can show you who today's creator is and a look at their tactic. So then, guys, before we get fully into everything, I will just give you a quick reminder of the rules and our current leaderboard. All tactics for this tactic tester must have a proven record of success or achievement. All tactics will use the same team and fixtures for the test. That will be Arsenal in this simulation. No transfers will be allowed to be made in either transfer window. Tactics will be loaded in and the whole season will be simulated in one go. And all points, wins, goals scored and win percentage will be collected and displayed to find the best creator tactic out there. As I mentioned in the intro, we've already had 19 tactics on our tactic tester so far. So let's take a look at our top 10 and our current leaderboard. So then, guys, this is the current state of the top 10. Last week we had Ethan on the tactic tester, and unfortunately his tactic, despite winning 4 Champions Leagues in his Glory Hunter save, did not make it into our top 10. 𝘼𝙗𝙤𝙪 is still top of the leaderboard. It was his asymmetric tactic that is top of the leaderboard with his 85% win ratio. Excuse me, that's blasphemy. We've still got some very good creators in here, and today we welcome someone completely new to run the tactic tester gauntlet. So let's get into it. So then, one and all, we are back at Arsenal for another edition of the tactic tester, and today's creator is none other than DemandMoreFM. If you guys haven't heard of this guy, you've definitely been living under a rock for the past year or so since he's been creating FM related content. He's massive on the YouTube scene and he's unbelievable on Twitch, and this is where his tactic has come from. That is his Twitch save. He was using it with Lokomotiv Moscow. He's now taken his talent over to Germany to a club of my own love, Hertha Berlin. So it's going to be interesting to see how it translates and how he gets on over in Germany with this tactic. But without any further ado, this is the tactic. It is labeled as What the Clock version 2. And as I said, it is a little bit of asymmetric brilliance. So we have a sweeper keeper on support, which obviously they do take more risks. That comes as a natural thing for the position. Wing back on attack, again with the same sort of things, all come with the position. Centre back on defend with the additional one of take fewer risks, guys. If you need to know which ones are the ones that come with the roles, they are these ones here. The additional stuff is the ones with the red circle and the cog, and to add those in, you just go into edit here and then you just select whichever ones you need to add from this tactic, guys. So this one was take fewer risks, which is this one here. So you just select that one there, just to make sure that you guys are aware. That is the same for both centre backs. Then interestingly, he's gone for a wing back on the left hand side, as an actual left wing back rather than a attacking right wing back, if that makes sense. So left wing back on the left hand side, run with the ball, stay further, get further forward is very interesting because they are going to be the person adding the main sort of threat up and down this left hand side. Then Segundo Volante as a role that you hardly ever see. As you can see from the description here, it's different from a deep line playmaker. In their role is primarily defensive one, best suited to be paired with an anchor man, which he's not, so that's going to be interesting. And is also different from a ball-winning midfielder, and they often run with the ball or arrive with a late run into the opposition area. It's going to be very interesting. They are on attack duty, so they will get further forward and frequently look to arrive late in the opposition penalty area. Obviously, they do come with the instruction, as it is said, whilst it is on attack duty, comes with the instruction of get further forward. I'm very intrigued to see who this person's going to be in the Arsenal team. Then there is a deep lying playmaker on defend duty, as it comes with the standard roles. So that person will probably drop a little bit deeper, and the Segundo Volante will sort of push into this open space here. Mazzala on attack, as it comes with the additional instruction of pass it shorter. Inside forward on the right hand side with the added instruction of sit narrower. I think this will work quite nicely for Nicolas Pepe in this simulation. A deep lying forward on support, as they come, hold the ball up, take more risks, move into channels. My assumption is that that's going to be 𝘼𝙗𝙤𝙪, and then a advance forward slightly more off to the left hand side of how things normally run. Mentality is attacking. I love this tactical style of winging it. Attacking mentality in possession, plays wide, passes into space, focuses it through the middle, plays out of defense, slightly shorter passing, higher tempo, and is more expressive. If you guys need to take a pause on this video at any point just to make sure you've got all the information, please do so. This is DemandMore's tactics, so there won't be a download for that in my link in my description. You're going to need to head over to his channel. I will leave all his links, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, in the description. Go over, give him a subscription on YouTube, give him a follow on Twitch. You will not be disappointed. In his in transition phase, they will counter press. They are going to counter when possession has been won, distribute slowly, and distribute to centre backs and the full backs via the distribution type of rolling it out of possession. This is what we're looking like: higher line of engagement, higher defensive line, forcing them through on a standard defensive width, using tighter marking and more urgent pressing intensity. I am so intrigued to see how this gets on. We're going to give it a quick pick, as we always do, just to see what sort of players are going to fit into this tactic. And this is what we've got on the quick pick there. Leno in goal, no surprise. Wing back on attack on the right hand side is Hector Bellerin. I think he suits that role down to the ground. Holding and Gabriel are the two centre backs as things stand at the moment. Obviously Arsenal have a couple of players who aren't fit and blah blah blah. Kieran Tierney is the wing back on the left hand side. Segundo Volante is Thomas Partey. I think he's going to be much more suited to this specific role than he has been in others. I think when he's told to play as a halfback or an anchor man in some other formations, I don't think you get the best out of Thomas Partey. I think this role could actually be perfect for him. Granit Xhaka as a DLP. Dani Ceballos as the Mezzala on attack. They've put Saka as the inside forward on the left hand side. I think that will change a lot between Saka, Willian and Nicolas Pepe. Then Aubameyang is the deep line forward and 𝘼𝙗𝙤𝙪 is the advanced forward. My assumption would have been that these two would have been the other way around. However, that is a deadly strike partnership, as they are both playing up front. So what we're going to do, guys, is simulate the whole season. We will be back at the end of the season to see how this what the cluck tactic got on. So then, guys, here we are at the end of the season. It has finished 83 points for Arsenal, and they have finished in third position. Aubameyang with 31 goals, topping the goal scoring charts. Saka with the highest average rating and the most assists and the most player of the match awards. So it's going to be interesting. How good has he got? He's definitely improved. Definitely improved. Looks like he's had a very, very good season. Rob Holding with the highest pass completion. Granit Xhaka with the most yellow cards, as is tradition. And then Mustafi and Granit Xhaka both with red cards. It's very rare that Arsenal go a season without any red cards, especially if Xhaka and David Luiz do not get them. I can see here, though, he did hit first towards the end of the season. Second, third. Oh, it sort of all looks like it's fallen apart at the end of the season for Arsenal. Let's go over to the competitions tab, first things first, and see how they got on. So they won the Community Shield. We will go through things every game, every competition at a time. Finished third in the Carabao Cup. That will only be the only game of that Carabao Cup campaign. Runners up in the FA Cup. That's really tough to take. Knocked out in the semi-finals of the Europa League by Inter Milan. Again, a team that should not be in the Europa League. And finishing third inside the Premier League. A comfortable top four finish as well. 13 points ahead of Manchester City. And Aubameyang being top goal scorer there in 23 goals for his club in Premier League action. So we go over to the schedule. Let's first take a look at this game here. Winning the Community Shield, goals from Willian and an 87th minute goal from 𝘼𝙗𝙪 𝘼𝙗𝙪 being the deciding factor. Let's take out all the competitions. Let's look at the competitions one by one. So Carabao Cup, 3-0 in the first round. They took on Bournemouth at home, and Championship Bournemouth did a number on them, 3-0. I will say at this time that the team is probably still learning the tactic a little bit. So it's going to be a difficult one regardless. In terms of the FA Cup, they were runners-up to Liverpool. That is, I will say, a pretty easy run to the final, beating Fleetwood, What are they? League One, Plymouth League One, Blackburn Championship, Southampton, Newcastle. Lots of goals in this. 5-2, 3. That was after extra time as well. Scored 3 goals in extra time at Ewood Park. Fair play. And then they lost the final 2-1 to Liverpool. Trent and Diogo Jota getting the 2 goals for Liverpool. Let's have a look at the Europa League then and see what's happened here. So, in terms of their Europa League group, Group L, they finished second inside the Europa League group stage, losing games to Nice and Victoria Pleasant away from home. Which obviously would give them a relatively difficult draw. They get through the group anyway. They take on Red Star in the first knockout, win the game 4-1 at home. Very convincing there, and drawing the game 1-1 away from home. Into the second knockout round, they take on PSV 4-1 in the first leg away from home. Securing 4 away goals in any European competition is pretty much game, set and match. They lost the game at home, which again will be a disappointing one. But they do get through the tie. Quarter-final stage, 2-0 away at Napoli. Massive result that. And then they win the home leg 3-1 as well. Looks like this thing is all tickety-boo. Then the away leg at Inter Milan, not going to plan. Losing 2-0 in the away leg, drawing 0-0 against Inter in the second leg. If we go into the final then, has this been played? It has. A Milan derby in the final, and AC Milan come out winners over Inter Milan in extra time. If we go into here though, there's some interesting clubs in here once you get into the quarter-final stage. Inter, AC, Spurs, Napoli. Some big hitters in here, some very big hitters. So, now the one you all want to see, the Premier Division, the Premier League. How have we got on? So then, we've seen that the back end of the season and the last month was tough. Interesting set of results to start the campaign off. Very good, despite a 1-0 loss to Wolves at home. 2-0 loss to Spurs away. That will be a tough one for Arsenal fans to take. They split the double header with Man City at Christmas. 4-2 in the first leg at the Emirates. Very nice result. And then lost the second game at the Etihad 2-0. Very nice month again in January. I'm noticing not many goals conceded and a decent amount scored in some of these games. Moving into January, a very nice month here. Oh, Fulham. Ouch. 8-2. Absolutely shredding Fulham here. That's a tough loss to take, but this is always a tough game. That Leicester game is always a tough one for many teams. Into February, unbeaten in February and March, so this is probably the area where they managed to hit that top of the table stint. Beat Manchester United 1-0 thanks to a goal from Gabriel. Beat Liverpool 4-1. Nicolas Pepe and Aubameyang with 2 goals apiece there, doing very good things, especially against Liverpool. We all know how big of a juggernaut Liverpool are in Football Manager. Then a decent month in April as well, and then it all just falls apart in May. Beating Newcastle, drawing with West Ham. West Ham are always a tough one to overcome in this save. Beating Liverpool again. So they did the double over Liverpool. Virgil van Dijk getting sent off there and absolutely decimating West Brom. Then yeah, it all goes to pot. 3-3 draw with Brighton, 1-1 draw with Villa. And then these last 3 to end the season. 2-1 loss to Everton, 2-1 loss to Chelsea, and a 3-0 loss to the team that DM does support in Manchester United at Old Trafford. It is always a very difficult end to the season. So in terms of everything, I think this is a very good season. It's a very good tactic. Obviously, DM built this tactic for his team on stream. Due to their constraints and what players he had available. So to the fact that this is just plugged in and almost done really well, being top of the Premier League at some point is a very good result. Runners up in the FA Cup, semi-finalists in the Europa League is good. I think this has been a very good season all in all. If we go into the team report and take a look at the analyst stuff, let's have a look at their general performance. Doing very well in terms of the Premier League average, in terms of goals per game and expected goals per game. Goals per game of 2.29 is very good inside the Premier League. They take a high number of shots per 90 minutes compared to the average and find the target with a relatively average number of shots. So in terms of their scoring efficiency, guys, this is where they end up. They are aggressive and clinical. We manage more shots per match than the average and are a lot more clinical than a lot of teams with, what's that, 12.5% conversion rate off of around 18 shots per game. That is very, very good. They're in good company here. Liverpool and Manchester United up in this echelon as well. In terms of defensive duties then, Arsenal find themselves in the quiet but leaky section, which is interesting. Faced fewer shots per game. We conceded more goals than would be expected from the number of shots we face, and I don't know why that is. It's very interesting to see these different tactics and how they pan out. Obviously, there's no real left back, and the right back is on attack duty, so maybe they got caught out a couple of times, who knows. Or maybe Leno just had a really poor season. So he's done quite well, unfortunately, there. How about formation wise? Plus 39 in terms of his formation. Clear cut chances for and against. Creates a chance every 41 minutes is very good. I love this shape, I really do. But it does concede a chance every 63 minutes in this simulation. Against things that it's done very well against, it's done very well against the 4-2-3-1 wide, so it will probably shred my formation. It's done well against the 4-3-3 DM wide. Again, these are the most two popular tactics that you will come up against in Football Manager this year. So again, it has done very well against some of these. Is there anything it struggled against? It struggled against a 5-back, but it didn't really play against it. Used for 290 minutes. I don't know who's playing this formation, but fair play to them. And then everything else is relatively even. No massive struggles anywhere else. Right then, guys, we're at the end of the season. I'm going to get my calculator out and we're going to find out where DemandMoreFM falls on our leaderboard. So then, guys, here we are. This is the current leaderboard and our current top 10. DemandMoreFM slots in there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 into 7th. He is 7th out of 20, so I think that's a very good result. I've listed it as a 3-2-2-1-2. However, Football Manager itself has listed it as a 4-1-3-2 DM wingback asymmetric striker CL. It's a little bit too much for me to fit in that gap, if you don't mind me saying. He won one trophy, won that charity shield or community shield, which obviously we are counting in this. Finished 3rd in the league with 83 points. 83 points seems to be the sweet spot. As you can see, a decent number of teams here finishing around that 83 point mark. 139 goals scored in all competitions, 63 goals conceded. So his goals per game 2.32, which is very, very good. And his win percentage just under that 70% at 68.33%. So then, guys, that is another tactic tester in the books. If you would like to appear on this series, then you need to join the Hood Gaming Discord. The link will be at the top of the description. Join the Discord. We have a channel in there for your submissions, and you can submit your tactic and get yourself on this series, and we can put your tactic to the test. But that is where I'm going to leave things for today. It's been a pleasure to have DM's tactic on here. But if you have enjoyed it, don't forget to drop a like on today's video. Subscribe if you are new around here for more Football Manager related content. And until next time, guys, take care, stay safe, and see you soon.